What does justice look like? For some, it is hard to imagine and remains out of reach for too many. Each day, the Southern Center for Human Rights is working for racial justice, rooting out financial incentives of the legal system, fighting to end our addiction to incarceration, and upholding the dignity of every person. We are reimagining equal justice. For Southern Center client Vera Cheeks, justice is ending the unequal treatment of people who can't afford to pay traffic ticket fines. Vera Cheeks was given a fine that she couldn't pay. A private probation company threatened her with jail to extort a payment. Vera was forced to pawn a ring and her fiancé's tools.
I stopped, but I just didn't stay stopped long enough for his taste. And he gave me a ticket for $137. And there was a lot going on at the time. We weren't working, I was taking care of my terminally ill father. She said, you have to have $50 before you get out of here, or you're gonna do 30 days in jail. So I know we didn't have the money. Took the ring off and went to the pawn shop, which is next to the courthouse. We got the weed eater with this, came back and got the $50. That's how they get their bread and butter. On the backs of us poor people in the probation company.
Through our litigation, we end the practice of modern-day debtors' prisons that target the poor and people of color.
They got on this case quick, just like that. It was a stressful time for a stop sign ticket.
Eight out of 10 people accused of crimes rely on the state to provide them a public defender. The quality of their representation varies. Many lawyers work under heavy caseloads with little training or support. When Annie Anderson's 14-year-old son was facing 8 felonies in juvenile court, he was jailed and rarely saw a public defender. Instead of marshaling a defense, the lawyer simply told him to take whatever deal the district attorney offered.
I feel like instead of them giving you a public offender, you might as well just go to the DA and be like, what you want me to do? It's guilty until proven innocent. And I feel like you're gonna be guilty regardless. I cried the whole time as they was giving him his sentence. 8 felonies, that's on his record, and he can't change it. And mama, why can't you help me? Why am I being charged with something? Why do I gotta plead guilty to this? You know, they'll put you on 12 months of probation, 2 years of probation, and then if you get in any trouble, basically it's just like a chain put on you, just waiting so that you can really get the full amount of what they really want to give you.
Annie Anderson had no hope when her son was facing serious charges in juvenile court. Through our advocacy, we fight to strengthen public defense in Georgia.
It may be another child or another family out there so that they can get help and they ain't gonna have to go through what I'm going through.
For 38 years, the Southern Center for Human Rights has represented Tony Amadeo. We argued his case before the U.S. Supreme Court in 1988, exposing racial discrimination in the legal system and reversing his death sentences in Georgia and Alabama. We stood by him as he served his life sentences, earned his college degree, and against all odds, won his release on parole. He is now home in Texas with his family, a different man.
It's been a long process. My worst enemy has been myself, but I've had an enormous amount of people help me along the way. The staff of the Southern Center for Human Rights have been incredible advisors to me, and they've preserved my life. If I could go back 40 years and speak to the 18-year-old I was then, I would caution me to think and act in a way that wasn't harmful to myself or to others. Being able to visit with family and friends and experience the issues in their life and be a part of their life is a blessing. I enjoy going outside early in the morning, watching the sunrise, listening to the birds, and it's just phenomenal for me and so enjoyable to experience these things.
Representation of people facing the death penalty means loving them, standing by them, and lifting up their humanity despite the system's attempts to dehumanize and devalue their life.
The message I would like people to take away is hope.
Without Southern Center for Human Rights, so much would be swept under the rug. So many people, especially poor people.
Nowhere else will you find such a dedicated group of people that are sacrificing so much of their lives to help so many others.
This right here is a good thing. And I thank God for the Southern Center of Human Rights. I mean, I actually do. I really do.
Join us in reimagining equal justice.